We're focusing a little more on streaming today, so I just wanted to remind you all that I'm currently streaming games too. I'm official CDJ on Twitch. You can catch me most days on there, gaming. Well, playing games. Well, putting a game on and trying my best. Well, failing. A lot. But at least my emotes are cute!
Great Scott, Marty! It's the future!
Or at least it is for us. We're recording today's episode a week early. Vault needs a week to get dewormed.
It's called a virus scan.
Not on my watch, it ain't. Not on PCs, the past. Anyway, the reason I'm even mentioning this at all and compromising the verisimilitude of your viewing experience is to explain why we aren't covering any huge gaming stories that may have broken this past week. So before we move on to everything this episode has to offer, including an interview with the incredible EmmzyPlays, I think it's best that we supply a series of stock reactions in case any of the big gaming news announcements happened this week.
Oh my god! Half-Life 3 has finally been announced! Oh my god! GTA 6 has finally been announced! Oh my god! Waluigi is the last playable Smash Bros. Ultimate character has been announced!
Yeah, I think that covers all bases, pretty much. Actually, no, this isn't the gaming news because of, pre-recorded. So for 1 week only, we present... With the month of spoops upon us, why not join me as we take a gander at the October 2021 releases that'll rustle your jimmies and tickle your fright bags this Halloween season. People say that, right? Thriller turned horror Alan Wake Remastered arrived across PlayStation, Xbox and PC platforms this week. For Microsoft folk, this is a chance to revisit the eerie and atmospheric events surrounding the titular author's fiction-turned-nightmare reality adventure around the small town of Bright Falls. For the Sony fam, it's a brand new experience and one we highly recommend.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
Coming to those same systems, Turtle Rock Studios are giving us the excuse for some shit-your-pants scary co-op fun with the spiritual sequel / backdoor remake / don't draw too much attention to how much this looks like our old game Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood. Intense pacing, creative creature designs and a desolated level sandbox that just screams, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here." This could be a blast for some pre-Halloween scares. Keeping things post-apocalyptic, Nintendo Switch owners will finally get the chance to play the original Dying Light Platinum Edition before the sequel hits all platforms in February of next year.
Will suffer alongside me.
The Dark Pictures Anthology continues its Halloween season reign of terror. Despite so-so reactions to the first 2 entries in the franchise, enough scares have been conjured up to make us curious about the Until Dawn successor's next story, House of Ashes. Previous game modes return, as well as a pre-order bonus called The Curator's Cut, allowing you to view the story from different character perspectives. I'm happy they're still experimenting and finding new ways to bring us the fright. Plus, Ashley Tisdale plays a main character. So you could play whilst drunk and pretend it's a really elaborate and left-of-field High School Musical spin-off. And make sure to bring a spare battery for your camera obscura, because if you don't, them ghosts gonna get you in the current-gen re-release of Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater. Sneaking out a few days before Samhain, it's the perfect excuse to save your trick-or-treat budget for a scary night in. Instead of, wasting it on those super ungrateful kids from down the road who just put a Peppa Pig mask on and expected truffles in return. Try harder next time, Mindy!
Sunrise isn't for another few hours. You shall become a pillar as well.
美しき恐怖再び
And that's the not news. Now you're fully spooked. Woo! Yeah, the catchphrase doesn't work if it isn't actual news. Quick, play a flashy transition. Much better. Time now for my interview with the wonderful EmmzyPlays. One thing I love about gaming is how it brings people together and gives us a chance to breathe, relax, and have a laugh. One of the warmest communities I've found on Twitch belongs to Emzy. From charity streams to hanging out over a game of marbles or Goose Goose Duck, it's a super welcoming environment and it's down to the incredible host. We chatted about host etiquette, community communication, and much more. Take a look. What would you say is your favourite game that you've ever played, and have you had a chance to play it with your Twitch community?
My favorite game probably is Witcher 3, which I'm currently replaying right now, and I'm doing the DLCs, which I've never done. That game is old. It's an old game. It's very old. It might be 10 years old. I don't even know, but it's an old school game.
On the cusp.
And
on the cusp.
It's right. It's pretty old. So I'm replaying that. Also Uncharted 3, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Chef's Kiss. I freaking love that game, dude.
Is 3 your go-to? Is 3 your go-to in the series?
3. Yeah, it's 3. I
love
know.
that. You don't usually hear sort of like 3 is the one that's held up, but it's like, come on. Like, have any of these ever under-delivered? No, they have not.
No.
One's a bit weird compared to the rest now, but it's not a bad game.
Yes.
Like, it's still good. What is your murderous methodology on Among Us?
If I'm going to be honest with you, which I feel like I need to be a little bit honest in an interview, I went and watched a masterclass on negotiation to help me with my
What?
But I only watched a few lessons. I forgot to get through the rest of it. I didn't have time.
Oh, that makes it better. That's fine. I only watched 3 hours. That's fine. That's reasonable.
So he has classes where you can like listen and he'll tell you like how to use your voice, and because like whether your voice is high or low, or like how to coax the truth out of someone. Lots of extremely excellent exercises you can do, which most of them I have forgotten now. However, I will say that when I'd watched the masterclass, and I think I watched it on a Thursday afternoon, on the Saturday when I went to play, people were like, what's like, something's changed. I'm like, yeah, I don't know, it's changed. I guess I've just gotten better in the past 2 days.
So for streamers who game, chat, hold community sessions, like however they're approaching, say a Twitch stream, what would be your, say, like 3 tippity toppers tips?
My number one would be like, have fun, please have fun. Like, you're just starting out, and have a good time. Like, play the games that you love and do the things that you want to do. Don't feel like you got to fit into like a box and be like, oh, I must play this game because it's popular. Just when you're starting out, like, don't be hard on yourself. Just kind of get a feel for what Twitch is as a platform and feel it out, and just have a good time. That would be mine. My second one is, don't be a perfectionist. I see a lot of streamers when they very first start, they might not have the best equipment. That's okay. You don't have to have the best computer, the best mic, the best camera. It's fine. Like, whatever you've got, just start, because you might find out in a couple of months streaming's not for you, or if you really love it and you want to invest time into it, then great. You scale up as you kind of go along in your journey. You don't need to have, my setup is obviously way nicer than when I started. I started on a Mac laptop, which Macs aren't the best streaming computers, if you know that. And with like my little Blue Yeti and my little Logitech webcam. So I started, basic, and I had like just a white background. It was just like a blank white wall. So, I started not knowing what I was doing, and that's okay. That's totally fine. And my third tip is, don't look at your viewer count. I would say, please switch that off. Some people get really hypnotized by their number count, which I know number is a type of feedback that the streamer gets, which can be, it's not the best type of feedback, because yes, it is if people are enjoying your content, but it's also not about you. Like, I could stream with 20,000 people and have half the personality that I have now. I mean, that sounds like I'm boasting, but do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be the greatest thing of all time to have those numbers. So just switch them off and, be kind to yourself, because a lot of streamers start with it on and they'll make comments as they go along. Like, oh my God, there's 10 people here. Like, hi, 10 people. I say, no, just have that off. And because if you've got 500 people or 50, you should have the same kind of energy and you should be engaging the same way, instead of, when there's 500 and it starts dropping, being like, oh, they're leaving. Okay. I don't know what to do. Maybe it'll be more funny. So switch it off, keep it off, keep your numbers to yourself, and do you, boo, do you, and have fun. Please have fun. That's what it's about when you start. Just have a good time. Don't get too heady about it.
A big, huge, massive thank you to the glorious Emzy for taking the time to chat with us. Do check her out on Twitch, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for our channel to catch my full interview with Emzy in the near future. Time now to peer back into the Video Game Hall of Fame, sift through the solid bars of absolute quality, and locate the spindly, floaty bits that, by merely making it in, cause us to gasp in pure astonishment.
The hell was that?
I have so many questions. 1. Why is there a hand in the toilet? At what point during the development of Majora's Mask did the Legend of Zelda team think it was absolutely essential to put a hand in the toilet? Whose hand is that in the toilet? Is it a full person stuck in the U-bend and we're only just seeing the hand in the toilet? How could some paper possibly improve the existence of this hand in the toilet? Why is Link totally unfazed by this hand in the toilet? What if Link had sat on the toilet and then got the hand in the toilet up it... I could go on. And I will. Who gave that blue rupee to the hand in the toilet? Did someone poop out that hand in the toilet? If so, who ate the hand in the toilet? Is anyone else likely now to have nightmares about that hand in the toilet? Will I find a hand in my toilet? Sorry, I got stuck on the hand in the toilet. No, not like that. I mean, before we leave you today, we figure it's time for a public service announcement. Gaming should be a safe space for all, so here is a handy guide on how to spot potential dangers before they surprise you. You can never know what's going on behind enemy lines, but what if the enemy lies behind you? Sometimes a right bugger's been in your midst all along. Join me as I take you through another cautionary tale so that you might learn from t'others' past mistakes. Getting around the Mushroom Kingdom, you can't find a better pal than Yoshi. Loyal, fast, multifaceted. You can ride on his back, jump great distances, even soar through there in an explosion of star bits. Always there, always helpful. Always a bastard. You see, our researchers have noticed a disturbing pattern with the so-called sweet and innocent Yoshi. When he helps his plumbing friend Mario out of a jam, half the time he uses that big old tongue of his to scoop up and gobble down a nasty Goomba, or Koopa Trooper, spitting out the shells for good measure. But ask yourself this, what happens to those creatures? Where do they end up? The poor Goombas end up sitting in this scaly bastard's little green belly, swallowed whole like they were the victims of a bloody big snake, waiting for the digestive juices of this sadistic dino twat to start slowly melting them into nout. Worse still, when he spits out the shells of a Cooper, that means he's used his tongue to rip them out of their outer layer, rending the flesh and mocking their pain with a funny noise and his mate going, wahoo! It's sick! And yet nobody pays him any mind. He gets to be on t-shirts, theme park rides, Saturday morning cartoons. You may even have a stuffed one of this little shithead sat on the end of your kid's bed. Is that really the role model you want for your little one? Is it? And Mario, if you're watching, and I know you are, watch your back, son. Because when your brother or your girlfriend or that little bloke who looks like a toddler in a waistcoat go missing, and at the same time your dino buddies put on a few pounds, you'll only have yourself to blame for not stopping Yoshi sooner. Mind how you go. Well, there you are. Another bugger getting rumbled. Thought they could get away with it, but by gum they'll be by gone if they try out. Remember, don't be fooled by a friendly face when that face could be hiding a secret bastard. Good night. I'm sure many will find that extremely helpful and, if I may comment solely on the host of that segment, oddly arousing. Big shout out to our amazing guest EmmzyPlays, huge shout outs to everyone watching this video, and the biggest shout outs of all to the real MVPs who've given us a thumbs up, commented and subscribed to the channel or any of our socials. I'll be back in the vault in a few weeks post defrag, but keep your eye out for the next 2 Fridays. We've got something truly special to share with you. Till then, keep your nose clean, our kid, and game on.